What's good, YouTube? Swiftly here, back with another episode of Road to College Football in NCAA 25. Now, I honestly don't remember what game this was. I did play against James Madison. We're both Tier 5 teams, which I love these type of matchups. In my opinion, these are kind of like the best matchups. I personally like playing Tier 5 and Tier 4 teams. I try to stay away from Tier 3, Tier 2, and Tier 1 just because I feel like you just get better games if you play against, for lack of a better word, shittier teams. When you're playing against Tier 5 teams, Tier 4 teams, there's a lot less cheese. There's a lot less, people just spamming like money plays and things of that nature. You get a little bit more competitive, more realistic matches and matchups. So that's why I try to stay with Tier 5 teams. And plus, when you play with Tier 5 teams and you beat somebody who's Tier 4 or even sometimes Tier 3, you do get more points, so you get to play less games if you're going through the ranks and whatnot. Now, if you don't care about going through the ranks or anything like that, then obviously it doesn't matter to you. You can play with whatever tier. But today we were playing as Vanderbilt, which is probably my favorite team to play as in college football, especially Tier 5. I feel like they got like a really good team as far as balance goes. They got like decent defense. They got some decent offense as well too. So that's why I tend to just always grab Vanderbilt. But that's just me. I'm playing against a dude named Sky Jace, and I'm pretty sure he stayed. I want to say he stayed. I don't think he quit. And right there, you see, I tried to get the sack. The one thing I do notice, like as far as the difference between this game and Madden, even though they're both made by EA, even though people want to say that it's just a copy paste with just college teams or whatever, it just seems like the tackling is really, really bad in this game. I haven't played a lot of Madden 25, but just in comparison to Madden 25 and even Madden 24, the tackling in specifically college football 25 just feels like just awful, bro. It feels like nobody knows how to tackle. Nobody knows how to wrap up. Everybody just breaks off tackles or long runs. Like right there, you see we got a wrap-up animation, and if you get like one of those fight to break the tackle or fight to tackle kind of animations, then obviously it's easy for you to tackle. But if you're talking about just in an open field, it just seems like tackling is just awful. I like the D-line battles. I usually play as D-line when I'm playing defense. Like right there, you see he just breaks the tackle. No stiff arm. Excuse me. No stiff arm, no juke, no spin move, no nothing. He's just running, and my guy just bounces off him for whatever reason, and then somebody else has to come in and help make the tackle. I don't know what it is about tackling in this game, but it's just awful. Awful, bro. Like, and then here we, send a little blitz. I beat my man on the D-line side of things, and then you see I was able to get that pick off that. And I love picking up. I want to say his name is Zoink or Zonk or whatever the hell his name is, but all I know is he is just ridiculous off that left end. And then, of course, I like to switch my quarterbacks. I always switch. You'll see this probably in a lot of these videos that I make. I always switch to the second string QB. And in most of these games, you're going to be seeing me playing as a second string QB who's like a 77 overall. You're not even going to be seeing me use the starter just because Nate Johnson is a cheat code in this game. He is the fastest quarterback in the game with like a 95 speed. Passing isn't that great, but I kind of like the speed because it gives me like, an ability to move around with the ball and make plays with the ball, especially in college football where it seems like, just in modern football, it seems like every quarterback can scramble and run in these games. It's very rare that you're going to find a quarterback that doesn't have like a 70 plus speed, 80 plus speed. Seems like every quarterback nowadays can run and scramble out of the pocket. So because of that, you kind of want faster guys. And you're going to see me use this a lot to my advantage. Like right there, I could have hit triangle, I had X, but then you see me just break a run for like 20 yards, and this dude is an absolute cheat code. So for those of you who are looking for a really good Tier 5 team, I promise you this team Vanderbilt is just nasty, bro. Like you got the fastest quarterback in the game, you got a decent running back, or really two decent running backs who you can run the ball with. you know, and then you got some receivers who can make plays and make catches, but more importantly, I'm a fan of this defense. Like, even though they don't have like crazy defensive players or playmakers, you know, I feel like I can blitz with this team. I can run man coverage. You know, I can play zone decent enough. We can blitz. And it's more so just, you know, when you're playing other Tier 5 teams, Vanderbilt to me stands out the most. Like, that's the one thing I like about them the most. Now, obviously, in my opinion, you can beat any team with, you know, any team in this game. Like, it comes down to the player, obviously. I've seen dudes win a college championship with Ball State, and they're beating Alabama and Georgia. So, and we all know Ball State is the worst team in the game. So it goes to show that, like, obviously it comes down to the players, but also, you know, you can make something happen with I've made Tier 2, I've beaten Tier 2 teams, I've beaten Tier 3 teams. I don't think I've beaten a Tier 1 team. And right there you see we get the sack. And that's why I love this D-line, man, because usually I'm able to get a lot of pressure on the QB. You know, and okay, his name is Zunk. I thought it was Zoink. Don't ask me why I thought it was Zoink. But Zunk, I'm able to get a lot of pressure. Right there, you see I get through once again, but he already got the ball out. But I'm able to get off the line and get a lot of pressure, which is why I like this defense. I don't think I've lost just yet. I think I have one loss so far playing with Vanderbilt. And it was just because I quit. I was really just trying to get the trophy for the platinum, so I just wanted to make it to the next division or whatever. And then once I made it to the next division, I just quit in the playoffs immediately just so that I can be eliminated and get the trophy as fast as possible. But now that I, you know, actually have the platinum and whatnot, I'm still going back and playing, you know, just normal now. Now that I got the platinum, I don't really care about, trying to hurry up and win or trying to, you know, win specific matches and stuff like that. I'm just playing just for the love of the game, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm thinking about getting into some Ultimate Team. I've seen a lot of people playing Ultimate Team. That looks like a lot of fun. But I'm really enjoying Road to the college football playoffs. And I'm also enjoying Road to Glory, even though I think Road to Glory could be much better. I'm still having fun with the game, you know what I mean? And this dude, I really don't know what this dude was doing. I wish you could see people's record in this game so I could kind of judge just how good or bad they're going to be. But the fact that he picked James Madison, which isn't really that great of a school in the game, I thought, okay, well, maybe he's one of those players that just, like me, playing with a school that isn't that great, but, you know, can do good things if you know how to use them to your advantage or to their strengths and whatnot. So I thought maybe I was in for like a really amazing matchup of two, you know, low-rated schools and whatnot. But this dude just, I don't know, man, maybe the defense was just too much for him, but he just was never able to really get it going. And another thing I like to, you know, also point out, because I know people are probably going to say something or have noticed that I do like to switch it up. I mostly use coach suggestions for plays, but I know some people say that coach suggestions usually give them pretty bad plays. For the most part, I like to switch it up, and right there you can see we got beat for a TD. You know what I'm saying? He got us there. You know, I've been trying to mix it up, sending blitzes, and then, you know, not blitzing, dropping into coverage, then blitz, then drop, then blitz. Trying to mix it up just so that they don't get used to, you know, just a certain type of defense. Because then if you're just blitzing the whole game, like what people will do is they'll just run a screen or just, you know, just run a flat out or whatever and just air it out over top of you. And then, you know, you got the matchups or the mismatch. Next thing you know, your coverage is beat. I run a lot of zone with this team, mostly, especially when I'm playing against better teams. But what I've noticed is that you kind of have to run zone if you are going to be playing against a better team, because on the one-on-one, the man coverage, they have better receivers, your guys are usually going to get beat. So I try to run a lot of zone or get used to running up a lot of zone. But then I also, like I say, I switch it out here and there as well too. And then here, you see I just air it out because I thought that he had like a goal line formation, and you see we ended up picking up an easy TD. He had all his guys in, so I figured he was going to sit in the house, throw like some type of blitz, which is why I aired it out like that. I changed the hot route or whatever, just so that we could get that out. Because I figured the blitz was going to be coming, or he was going to send the house. He did send a blitz, but he didn't send the whole house, and I just kind of got lucky there. I don't know what he did or why he clicked onto that user, but I don't know if he meant to do that. Maybe he meant to try to click onto the dude that was going to maybe sack me or something. I don't know, but he clicked onto that user. I was able to just, just catch it and just run it in easy. So that was like mistake number like 1 or 2 for him, and then we're gonna kick it off. I was kind of hoping that I could kind of run the clock out because I do think we're going to get the ball back, if I'm not mistaken, in the third quarter. Because I think I always try to kick first. I always like to establish my defense first. That way there's more pressure on them, because if they don't score on that first drive and then I get the ball and score, it's even more pressure. And that right there should have been an interception. I don't know why they didn't let me pick that up. That would have been a beautiful interception, putting us in good field goal percentage. Field goal position, I said percentage. Putting us in good field goal position just to score or even get a field goal right here before the end of the second quarter. So, and I know he's going to keep trying to air it out, which is why I'm playing the defense I'm playing, just keeping as many guys back as I can, just so that he can't really get anything going. And then I'm just pressing with that D line if I can. If you notice, I haven't clicked onto any running. Running backs. I haven't clicked onto any linebackers yet. And then there you see we send a blitz. I haven't clicked onto any linebackers or any defensive backs just yet, because I'm just trying to create as much havoc up front as I can. And then you see we go into that prevent, because I'm just going to assume he's going to go for it. 4th and 24, he really has no choice but to go for it. Now, me personally, I would just kick it. It's a 1-point game. You just punt it. I don't know why people don't like to punt online, but one score game, I'm just going to punt it and just pray that my defense can get the stop, which I'm very confident when it comes to Vanderbilt's defense, because I play with them a lot. It's the only team I've played with thus far. So I would have just punted it, see how far back he is, and then bam, we're able to get a disruption. I was hoping for a pick, but we still got good field position, so it doesn't even matter that I couldn't get the pick. As long as I just didn't get no defensive pass interference, we were good. He tried to air it out, and look at where we're at, bro. Like, come on, man. We're on the 11-yard line. You got to punt that. I don't know why dudes online never punt, but I won't question it too much. You throw it to circle, possession catch, and then he just can't catch it. Can't hold on to it. I held X and everything just to get the possession catch and everything. I don't know why he couldn't reel that in. But in my head right now, as I'm playing this, I was just like, well, you know what? We got to score here. If I could score here, this pretty much just kills the game for him. You know what I'm saying? Because I am going to get the ball back in the second half. So if I can go up 2 touchdowns and then get the ball back and go up a 3rd touchdown, this is pretty much just going to be an absolute, this is game for me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, yo, if I can go up, if I can score right here, go up 2 touchdowns, and then get the ball back at the third quarter and score again, take my time, milk the clock, and go up. That's why you see I'm wasting the clock out. I'm just literally just milking the clock as much as I can, give him as least amount of time as possible.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember calling the timeout here, but I think maybe I realized that defense was probably going to get a stop. Like this, like I said, this team is underrated, but it doesn't have the greatest O-line and whatnot. So I'm pretty sure I knew that I probably wasn't going to get that first down there with that play. But we get the TD right there. I was going to say we get the first down, but we was able to truck in and get the touchdown pass right there from Newberry. And then, of course, we go up 2 scores, right? And then all we got to do now is stop him for 1:09, which he's only scored once in these whole 2 quarters. So at the very least, I just need to, in my head, I just need to hold him to a field goal minimum. If I can hold him to a field goal while up 2 and get the ball back 21-10, I'll still take it. That's still a W. As long as we can milk the clock and score in the third quarter, we're perfectly fine. Like this is basically a W. I've pretty much written this off as a W as long as I can get a stop here and he doesn't score a touchdown. In my head, this is a W. That's at least the way I'm thinking when playing this. So now I'm just kind of waiting to see what he's going to do. So he got 3 wide receivers, so running back and a tight end. So I already know he really has no choice but to pass. So he would be crazy to run, although I do think he runs at least once. We get through again, and then, of course, you see we square our body up, and we just pick that off with another user pick. And then, once again, we're in good positioning. Which, I mean, this dude, like, I mean, obviously, you got to use the weapons that you have. You know, if you don't have the greatest quarterback, you know, or wide receiver corp, then you got to run the ball, play to your strengths. You can't, you know, just try to air it out. And that's basically what he was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Even though Nate Johnson is more of a scrambler than a passer, you see, I've been playing to my strengths. Just making these quick, short check down passes, scrambling when I can scramble. But you see, I've just been doing that right there. Just even if it's just 2 yards, hey, bro, play to my strength. I know Nate Johnson isn't Tom Brady. He's not going to be airing that shit out, you know, like Drew Brees and whatnot. So I'm just playing to my strengths. When I can scramble, I scramble. When I can get a nice little check down throw for 4 yards, 3 yards, then, yo, that's what I do. I'll take what the defense gives me. But I'm not. One thing you don't want to do is turn the ball over. And then we get another one on those crosses, which I just hot route that into a slant just so that they both cross each other on the slants. And luckily, I was able to get that out before he was able to hit me or sack me or whatever. Because sometimes with quarterbacks that aren't that good, they don't throw well under pressure. Sometimes I've thrown bad passes, and the defense was nowhere near me. The defense was like 5 yards away, and the QB just throws a bad pass. So there we go. You see we score another one. And that is Nate Johnson's 4th touchdown. 129 yards, 4 touchdown passes. And we get another one before the second quarter is even up, man. And to me, in my head, I'm just like, well, this is a W. This second half, I'm not even really, if I can get into scoring position, obviously I'm going to score. But in my head now, up 7-28, I'm just like, well, now all I got to do is run the clock out. I'm not even worried about anything else. You know, if I can stop him, I can stop him. But at this point, I just need to run the clock out. I really don't care about anything else. And then another mistake he makes is trying to run that back. Like, you got to just, you know, signal the fair catch. Just take the 25 yards. Like, why start at the 13 when you can start at the 25, you know? So I could tell that the dude I was playing, he just wasn't that great. He wasn't really... you know, I'm pretty much established that he wasn't good at this point. But, you know, like I said, at the start of the game, I thought that we were going to be, you know, having a good match against, like, really, you know, lower-rated teams. These are usually really good matchups. Like, I had a really good matchup against somebody who was using Army, and we went back and forth, back and forth. It was a really, you know, good, fun game until, like, I broke open and broke away with it. But in the beginning, it was a really, really good, fun game because, you know, we both had lower-rated teams. I feel like those games are always much better. And then he just got unlucky there right there. You see, he's just trying to air it out against me. Now, once you didn't get it on the first down, you know, at that point, second down, I would have tried to run the ball, pick up like 4 yards, 5 yards, and then we got to throw it, you know. But now you see his guy got the snowflake, his guy is cold, and now he chooses to run it on third down, which at that point is too late. Now, if you would have ran it on second down, picked up 3 yards, you're looking at 3rd and 7. You got a little bit more that you can work with. But he was just making, you know, really bad decisions. Even though you see he has more time of possessions than me, he just wasn't able to get first downs. He just wasn't able to make the right plays. And that's pretty much the reason why he lost this. Like, honestly, he just kept trying to air it out. And it's like, if you don't have the team to air it out, you know, the personnel to do that, it's just not going to work, you know? And I don't know why I picked field goal. Okay, that's why I picked field goal. I picked field goal because it was the end of the quarter. Okay. I was about to say, I don't know why I picked field goals. But I thought he still had the ball. I totally forgot that was the end of 4th down. But I kicked the field goal. I didn't even want a chance not scoring there. I just, like me, I'm just completely about the win. So there you seen, I just said, screw it. I'm just going to hurry up and just kick the field goal, give me another score. And that's going to be the end of that. And now, down 31-7, now is when he chooses that he's going to, you know, not, he's choosing now that he's not going to return it. You should have been doing that like 3 scores ago, buddy. Like, you kept giving yourself bad field goal position trying to return the kick. And then I don't know how I didn't get that interception. But that's pretty much going to be the end of the game, man. I'm pretty sure he quits right here in the 3rd quarter. I think I got like 1 or 2 plays off and then he ends up quitting. But, you know, thank you again for watching the videos. I'm going to definitely be uploading some more NCAA 25 for sure. Definitely going to have more road to college playoff games, as well as other games that I plan on uploading on the channel. So again, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.